Welcome back to another video, all things Far Coast, and today we're back at Anchorsholme Park. We are by Anchorsholme Bowling Club, you can see here, and today we're going to be interviewing a member here and we're going to be having a little look at the game of bowls. So this is Anchorsholme Bowling Club. You can see there's 3 people on the green now currently playing. We've been given special access here to film on the green and talk to some members. So this is Crown Green Bowling. You can see right in the centre there is a little bit of a, if you move, it's like a little bit of a hump, you could say, that can move the balls. We'll get Roland to explain that to us a little later on. So here, this is the jack. I'll just give you the basics now and you can go into more detail. You've got the wood. There are many different weights for these. So the idea of the game is to get the wood, which is this, as close as you can to the jack, which is here, as you can see. So this one is currently on, you would say. And that is basically one end of Crown Green Bowling. As you can see here, this one further down, that has won it. That one's second, and it's a bit of a tricky decision on these two. Right guys, I'm here with Roland from Anchorsholme Bowling Club. Say hi, Roland.
Hiya, how are you everybody? Nice to see you.
So he is, what's your role at the club?
I'm the bowling secretary, so it's my job to make sure all the results that we get from the leagues are posted on so that we know where we stand in the league tables.
Right, so if you don't mind me asking, how long have you been playing bowls?
About 3 years now, that's all. Quite a newbie, but when I came in I'd never bowled before, but now yeah, I enjoy it. It's great. I've even now done a course to become a coach, so I'm now on a level 1 coach, and so I can coach any beginners that come in.
Would you mind telling us a little bit about the club, like how it started, when it was founded, things like that?
Yeah, the club was founded in 1967, and it was more or less a small wooden hut with 2 greens, and the council used to let people come onto the greens, and you know, that's how it started. It's grown. They had about 100 members at one time. We now got close on 100 members, but this new club we've got here, the clubhouse, was opened in 2017 after the park had a lot of work done on it. The United Utilities completely gutted the park.
Yeah, I remember that. It was pretty much, the whole park was gone for a couple of years.
Yeah. The park doesn't look like anything like it did, nor does our club.
So, like with ages, like what's like the youngest you could join this club?
We have junior section, so from seven years upwards really. There's no limit on the age. Our oldest is probably about 93 at the moment, and she's as fit as a fiddle, and a very good bowler. She's a lady you don't want to come up against really in the competition.
Don't fancy my chances against her.
No.
So, like so on average, like, what would you say the average age at this club is?
At the moment, probably 60 to 70. We are working to bring that average down by bringing in younger people. We started up the Anchorsholme Bowling Academy for that reason, and we get youngsters, even under 7s, come to have a go at the targets and obstacles we put out, and with children, young children and beginners, we start with a bowl like this, which is actually soft, but when you roll it, it reacts exactly the same as a proper bowl will. So they start learning with this sort of thing. And then we have obstacles that they...
I remember
so
when I
make it
first
fun.
came to the academy, what, maybe 6-7 weeks ago,
Yeah,
and I started using those, and I found it pretty hard because I'm used to bowling with the proper woods and then using that.
yeah.
But I got used to it after a while, and now I've been playing a lot better than I used to.
Yeah. It's all practice. These are great to start with, and they're ideal for youngster. And we also do work with people with limited abilities. We do quite a bit of work with Warren Manor Care Home. It's a care centre, day centre. They come down here and we use these bowls with them. And we also work with a charity called Together We Can Do, and we use these bowls indoor mainly, and they work well, and they all enjoy doing it. And we're looking for new members, new people to come down. Anyone that wants to be coached can come down on a Sunday morning between 10 and 12. And they don't have to join the club. They can go off and join another club if they enjoy the game.
That's what I've done. I've come down to get some coaching, and I'm still a member at Jubilee Gardens, but hoping to join here.
Yeah. I mean, joining this club is £25 a year. That's all, and you get
Cheap as cheap.
use of all the facilities. And for youngsters under 18s, it's only £12 a year. So, you know, we try to look at the younger people, and we've got probably five or six members now, younger members. So that's good.
Yeah. So what we'll do is get another interview in a minute, and then we'll get down onto the green. Hello again, guys. I'm here with
Linda Bailey.
and she's a member here at Anchorsholme Park Bowling Club. How long have you been playing, Linda?
I've been playing for 3 years. For the last 2 years I've been playing for the team.
Where did you play before that?
Oh, I've never played before. I started here at Anchorsholme.
Anchorsholme, yeah. So would you say the club has been like very welcoming to you, like to your needs, like not learning, like teaching you how to play?
Yes, everyone's very supportive. The club's very good. They have sort of social bowling for people who are just starting. People try to help them, and now we've got a proper academy, which is great.
So was there a certain reason why you wanted to start playing bowls?
Well, I've always played sports, and I've retired up here in Cleveland, so I'm very lucky I retired early. And it was just something I fancied.
If you don't mind me asking, what was your previous job like before you retired?
I worked in IT. I had my own business.
Fair enough. So when you play like bowls, like how do you feel like emotionally, like when you're playing like a match or like just playing socially? How does it make you feel?
I really prefer playing a match. I'm probably too competitive.
I think everybody does. I'm like that.
And so socially I struggle a little bit, you know, why are they all chatting? Why aren't we rolling?
Yeah.
But, you know, it works very well for people who want to bowl socially as well.
Yeah. So with bowls, and would you say that like it's good for young people to get into as well as like the older people?
I think it's a shame that we haven't got more young people. It's a lovely sport, you know, in the summer to come and play. And I know there are older people here, but they're good fun. You know, they've lived lives and they've got things to talk about. We would like to see more young people here. But I think with all sports, you can get them young and then you can lose them when they become teenagers. So hopefully the academy will help that and help us retain children.
Would you say you've met like many like new friends from playing this sport?
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah. We've made new friends and we do things socially, you know, away from bowls, which is great.
Would you say you've got like a best friend within the club?
Oh, I've got loads of best friends. I couldn't pick one out.
Like just somebody that you like prefer playing with?
Yes, you know, everyone's you can't get on perfectly with everybody.
I'm like that. When I'm at Jubilee, there's a couple of people that I love playing with.
Yeah. I think we're all like that.
Yeah. Right. So we'll get back out there and show you how to play the sport. Hello again, guys. We're here with Roland. He's going to explain to you now a few basic rules of the sport and what you need.
Okay, the sport really is it's a game of round objects, if you like. You start with a mat which has to be on the ground, which you have to put your foot on. Whether you're right-handed or left-handed, depending, that's the foot that goes on the mat, and it has to be on the mat all the time. The idea is that you have what we call a jack, and all bowls have what they call a bias. It's the shape of the bowl which makes the bowl turn in one direction or the other, depending which side you have what they call the bias on. So the bias on the jack is this little circle, which means it's that side. So if it's on the left, it's going to go to the left as it slows down. If it's on the right, then it will go to the right.
Can we just take a quick look at the jack, if you don't mind? We'll take a quick look.
So this is the jack. You can see that you've got the circle on that side and 3 spots on that side.
So this side's finger.
No. When you're bowling, if the bias is by the little finger, that's what they call finger. If the bias is by the thumb, they call it thumb.
I'm used to just doing the bowls.
Yeah. So that's basically the start, and the idea is that you send the jack out on the green, and it has to travel a minimum of 19 meters. If it goes shorter than that, then it comes back, and the other player will throw the jack out, because you're normally playing with 2 people. So that's the jack. So the jack will get thrown out first. Then we have the bowls, and you have 2 bowls. Excuse me. You have 2 bowls, and they have a bias on them as well, and it's exactly the same bias as the jacks, what they call a 2 bias. So if you put your jack out and then follow the same line that the jack took with your bowl, they should hit. It's not as easy as that. But so you got a little dent on the bowl here, which shows which side the bias is. So again, as with the jack, if the bias is on your finger side, that's what they call finger. And if it's on your thumb side, that's what they call thumb. When you're holding the bowl, it's in your hand, central line of the bowl with your middle finger. And actually when you send the bowl, technically the last finger to touch the bowl is your middle finger. And that's the basic thing with bowling. It's really a pendulum swing. So you always, like a clock, you've got a pendulum swing and you keep it straight. All right. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to send the jack out. I'll send it on what they call finger. Stand, feet apart, shoulder width apart, just nice and relaxed. The bowl in one hand, jack in the hand you're going to deliver, whether you're right or left-handed. And it's a simple movement of a step forward and swing and bending down at the same time. So that's all a single movement. So it's like this. So the pendulum swing with a follow through. And then we take the bowl and we try to do the same again. Not always successful. So that wasn't hard enough. Try another one.
That was much further, that. So how long is like this green, like width to width?
36 metres square, the green.
36 metres square.
Yeah, and with bowling, with crown green bowls, there's a what they call a crown in the middle. So the middle is higher than the sides.
I tried to explain this before, but I didn't really know how to put it.
Yeah,
I kind of said it's kind of like a hump in the middle of the green.
It's made. All crown greens are higher in the middle than they are around the sides. So the sides, all sides slope. Everything slopes. So this is a big difference between crown green and flat green. So with flat green, you're bowling in a straight line all the time, and there's no difference really in once you've got your line. But with crown green bowling, you can bowl in any direction on the green, and quite often you've got 4 pairs on the green at the same time, certainly in league games. So the idea is to send the jack out without interfering with another game. And sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes the bowls will clash.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, sometimes the bowls will clash. If they do, then you bring them back. But it's great fun because it's a social game. It's light exercise, and you can in a match when you're playing to 21 ends or 21 points, the number of times you walk backwards and forwards, you can do coming up to 3,000 steps. So it's good exercise for people. The game has always been considered for old people, retired people. There are quite a lot of younger people in bowls who are working, and as I said before, the academy is aimed at bringing people into bowling, whether they're 7 years old or 77.
I remember talking about this today with one of my teachers at school. We're talking about the bowls is primarily for older people, but a lot of young people have been recently getting into the sport.
There's a lot of younger people and some very good bowlers. Our club here is one of the best clubs in the area for beginners, because a lot of the other clubs are keen on people who can play to go into the leagues. They're not
I remember when I first started playing, I went to Jubilee Gardens. This was back in, just like right in the heart of COVID, and I was walking past and I got started talking to Michael Orr, and he said come down, and he taught me how to play. I did 3-4 sessions with me just to teach me how to play, and then got me like into the league as soon as he could. And I've been in the Thursday night men's league there for the past 2 years.
But the thing is, it's great. The people are very friendly, usually very friendly at all clubs, but there are some, unfortunately, that are they just want to bowl, and they're not interested in having new people coming in. This club was like that until probably 2 years ago, and we've had an influx of some new younger players, such as Linda that you spoke to earlier, and
That's Linda, if you don't remember.
They're changing the attitudes in the club. You know, we're trying to bring it into the 21st century, and the academy is doing that. And if anybody wants to learn how to bowl, if they're local to Anchorsholme, come down every Sunday morning. We do have the academy for 2 hours, 10 until 12, and we're more than happy just to teach people how to bowl, but we try to do it with a bit of fun.
You might even see me there.
Well, we don't want people to be too serious. You know, it's a fun game. It can get serious, of course, but when you start, you want fun, and that's what we try to inject into it.
That's what I like about this club. It's not all that serious. Like when on a Sunday, like the old teacher was like, we'll have a laugh, and then when it comes to league games, that's when it gets serious.
Well, this is the whole idea. You know, people don't. If you get too serious early in your career in any game, it can put you off. You know, you want to have fun. I mean, it's like football. When they have youngsters training in football, they try to bring some fun into it. And we're trying to do exactly the same with the academy. Get younger people in and give them a bit of fun whilst they're doing it.
Well, you never know, with bowls you could get like to world championships if you become really good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. there's no limit to what you can achieve if you practice, and you've got hand-eye coordination. We've had at the academy, we've had people who have done other sports, and they improve much quicker than a person that hasn't played any sport.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is.
Like me, I'm a goalkeeper, and I think that thanks to me being a goalkeeper, my hand-eye coordination is a lot better than quite a few other people.
Absolutely.
So
Somebody that's never played a sport will not have hand-eye coordination, so it will take them longer to learn how to play bowls.
Yeah.
We've got a lady comes on a Sunday who is exactly like that, but we're working with her, and she's starting to understand it.
Well, thank you for that, Roland. This is All Things Fylde Coast, over and out.